Hey, what's up, y'all? MarJack79 here. We are back again today with another Mafex Marvel Spider-Man action figure review. As you can see, we are taking a look at the Miles Morales from the Spider-Man into the Spiderverse action figure. Picked this up from Ageless Geeks, $100 US. Very excited to get this figure in. We did the Marvel Legends Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, Prowler, and Peter B. Parker the other day. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you have not seen that video, please be sure to go check that out. So today's video is basically just going to be a comparison between the expensive figure, the jacked up figure, compared to the $20 Marvel Legends, to see if the $100 spent was worth going for more so than the $20 spent on the Marvel Legends. We also brought up Michael Jordan because Miles Morales wears the Michael Jordan 1 and he's got all the ones too, so I wanted to do a comparison with that. So get a look at him here in the package. Got the figure itself. It's got numerous head sculpts, a lot of hands, and a lot of feet. I'm seeing some magnets on those feet too, so I'm very, very excited about that. It's him and his clothing. Most likely, probably gonna have him posed not like that, but like that, with the iconic him actually becoming Spider-Man outfit. That's probably my favorite one from the movie. I feel like that represents his personality the best. So very excited. Marvel, Mafex, Medicom. Some more product logos. From top to the bottom. All right, man. Let's crack this thing open. Let's get started. Okay, and we're back, man. And then we have our Miles Morales out of the package. Let's get a good look at that face sculpt right there. He looks good. Hair looks good. Body looks good. But does it look that much better than the Marvel Legends? Let's go ahead, let's do a quick comparison real quick. So the Marvel Legends ends up being a wee bit taller than the Mafex. I mean, the spider suit obviously looks good. I do prefer the cotton jacket compared to the hard plastic. I mean, I kind of go back and forth. In some ways, I like, the green part, the outer part of the Marvel Legends jacket better than the cotton here. But when it comes to the shorts, I definitely like the shorts better on the Mafex than the Marvel Legends. It's weird that he's a bit taller. I do wish he was a bit taller. So he's not going to fit quite in scale with the other Marvel Legends in my main museum display. So that's kind of unfortunate. So let me have the legs here. Then the Jordan ones. So obviously you got a really plain, there's just a plain red shoe there, where he actually has the black shoestrings there. And if we bring in Michael Jordan himself, kind of see what the official ones would actually look like with the Nike check logo. These two are made by the same company also, just keep that in mind. So I got a red outlining the back there, more white in the Jordans. Let's spin it to the back here. I know it's a weird obsession just looking at shoes, but I feel like this is important. And this is my review, so so we got the red on the back here, got the white and black Nike check on the back there. So compared to just the plain red shoe, but so I mean it is the same, supposed to be the same shoe, but not exactly similar, at least for the figure, because you got to worry about the promotional copyright of Nike and the Air Jordan brand. So now let's get a look at some of these accessories here. It comes with just a normal spider head and unmasked with the face, another spider head, open palms, hands, web shooting hands, unmasked glove, thumbs up hands. Let's see that. Thumbs up. Extra shoes with the magnets attached. He has some web shooting hands, some crawling hands with the magnets attached, some shoes, and the shoes that has the magnets attached, so he can attach to a wall. Regular palm hands, he just look like crawling on the wall. Some more kind of open palm hands, looks like he's crawling. And then we have a long web shot, short web shot, and then two regular size web shots. and he comes with a stand as well. So there's a ton of accessories that comes with this figure. This is what justifies the $100 price tag. It helps you to understand why I had so much issue with that $70 Zamasu that virtually came with nothing, compared to something like this that comes with a ton of different accessories to pose your figure with. Okay, so let's hit his articulation. But first, let me show you what he looks like outside of the clothing here. I just want to give you an idea of how frail this figure is. So you know how skinny he was in the actual movie. That is definitely accurate here. This is a very slender figure, people, so you cannot manhandle this guy. You're gonna have to be somewhat gentle with him so that you don't break him. So zoom in on that there, but I mean, he is a spitting image of what he looked like in the film though, so I'm loving it. I really am. Just definitely just my main gripe so far is just his height. It just seems just a bit too short. He's just not going to be tall enough to really fit into scale with my other Marvel figures. You know what I'm saying? So that's my biggest gripe so far. I just wish he was a wee bit taller. But other than that though, he is a spot on representation of the character from the film. So swapping out the head is relatively easy. I mean, all the three different for the heads that it comes with. I mean, you can pull this headpiece off, and you can actually pull this neck piece off too if you want a little bit of an exposed neck from the costume. So it comes with that. I'm gonna get another close up of this head sculpt here, and just the regular spider head that comes with. These are the more like opened eyes, and then these are some closed eyes. So let's keep that in mind. But rotation 360 degrees, look all the way down, all the way up, tilt and tilt. So I mean, you're definitely looking at it even more so, even better SH figure art style of articulation for this figure, which I mean that should be obvious. You're spending a pretty penny for this guy. So arm can go all the way up. I'm trying to rotate it 360 degrees. There you go. Can rotate 360 degrees. Arm can go all the way up. Just don't pop that off though. And then wrist can rotate 360 degrees. This is pissing me off. This came off again. So, let's try it again. Like I said, flimsy, man. This figure is very flimsy. So, if this falls off your shelf, he might fall apart. So, crunch, go forward, up, side, back. Very agile figure here. You're gonna be able to get some amazing poses with this guy for sure. Leg kick basically all the way up. It's on a full rotational peg. You can rotate the thigh 360. Shin, no, but ankle, she just pops. Do you see how easily these just pop off, man? It's really annoying. Joint all the way up, obviously. I mean, his articulation really holds no bounds. So, I mean, as flimsy as he is, I mean, I get it because you want him. I mean, it's Spider-Man, so he has to be the most agile character, especially for an action figure. So, I mean, he has to be agile, loose, so you can get him in the correct poses. So, I mean, articulation is great. I mean, it's easily one of the best articulated figures I've ever seen. This is the first imported Spider-Man figure I've ever had. And I definitely see how people can get just some outrageously good poses with these guys. So, okay, so let's start trying to pose him out, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so here's a bit of a concept pose for y'all with the stand here. Just swinging in, getting ready to swing in for the punch. Looks good. Got the leg extended here. You can easily extend this leg out too. Concept 2 with just him with his webs. So what I've learned while you're attaching the webs to the wrist here, you have to unplug the hands and just kind of loop the webbing over top of the wrist, and then plug the hands back in. Get the webbing to look correct. So looks cool. I really like that pose too. Boy, who told you that you could wear my shoes? Mr. Jordan, I'm a fan. I'll tell you what, at this point, I've taken it personal and I'm offended. Okay, so now we have our Miles Morales back in his hoodie and shorts. Definitely how I'm going to end up having him posed on the shelf. I might add some webs to him as well, but Definitely the scene where he actually becomes Spider-Man is the most iconic to me. Oh yeah, I didn't even show y'all how these magnets work. So you just, that's really it, man. See, pretty cool, huh? Ah, look at that. That's helpful. Yeah, but obviously it's not going to work on a regular surface. It's got to be like a metallicized surface to get that to work. So keep that in mind. Yeah, and it needs to be flat too, obviously. But yeah, man, so when it comes to the comparison of the Marvel Legends and the Mafex, I mean, it's just apples and oranges, man. This is still an awesome figure. This is an awesome figure. I mean, I have my gripes with it. It's a little too flimsy. I wish it was a little bit more sturdy, especially when you're switching out pegs and whatnot. And this one fits better in scale with the rest of my figures. But I mean, that's not a huge deal. I'm trying to ignore it, but this one is significantly taller than the Mafex. But that tends to be the deal with the $20 figures compared to the import figures. So, but am I still happy to have this figure in my collection? Absolutely. This figure is amazing. So, I mean, if I had to pick which one I prefer, I think I would still go with the Mafex because all these accessories are just top notch. There's no way you can just ignore the amount of accessories that this figure comes with. But what I typically want to do with it, probably not going to matter that much with all these accessories. I mean, unless you get multiple different figures of the same figure, I mean, you can only use a set of different accessories at a time. So if that makes sense. But I still think they're both worth having if you're a huge fan of the movie. But like I said, if I had to pick one, I would still go with this one, even for the size difference. But I mean, if you're just a casual fan, you only want to spend $20. Hey man, this is an amazing figure. And here's a little something else for y'all. I just really like this pose. Might go with this one. I haven't decided yet. I really do like this pose though. Okay, so another dope thing I have to point out. This Mafex head can actually fit on top of the Marvel Legends body. It actually squeezes onto the top, man. It's not a peg there, so I mean, you're not going to be able to tilt it or anything. But, I mean, if you prefer this face sculpt compared to this one, which I kind of do, I mean, obviously the Mafex face sculpt is more movie accurate. I mean, you can just go with this one, which I definitely am. That's really cool right there, man. Look at that. It's pretty awesome, man. Got to love that. Okay, I think we have our pose, man. I'm really loving that. Got that iconic when he jumps off the building, screening towards the ground. He has to shoot out his webs to save himself. I really like that. So, yeah, we're going to go with that one for the museum, man. So, and another cool aspect, if you have the Marvel Legends, you can also connect the webbing to this figure as well. Just unplug the hand, plug it right in, man. So, all in all, this is an amazing figure. Definitely a must-have if you're a huge fan of the movie like I was. So, yeah, Michael Jordan pointing at his shoes saying, those are mine. Alright, man. I think we're done here. I've really enjoyed talking about this figure, man. I really don't want this review to end. I've actually tried to extend it out just by poses and so on and so forth. So, but like all good things, it has to come to an end. So let's go ahead and let's take this stuff down to the museum and we will finish out here. And we are back, man. And now we have made it down to the museum. Look at that, man. I'm loving that. Have our mouse finally set up with the museum. Took some serious finagling around with the Spider-Man display to get him to fit. Have our Marvel Legends mouse down here with the Mafex face sculpt looking amazing. Fits perfectly next to the Gwen and the Peter B. Parker. Really liking that. I also ordered the Mafex Gwen Stacy. I was thinking about canceling that, but I might go ahead and keep it since this one turned out so well. So we'll see how that goes. So then we kind of updated the shelf a little bit. I know this the new kind of brick thing here is a little ugly, but I think it works out. We put the comic Miles and Gwen inside of that little thing here behind Tom and MJ. Peter. So, alright, man, I think that's going to do it. So, as always, thanks everybody for watching. You can follow me at youtube.com/marjack79. See how I added another webbing to PS4 Spidey as well. I think that looks cool. And I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And as always, I will see you guys on the next one. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.